become licensed social workers, we have what's called the DSM-5. It's a big old book, and as long as you use the DSM-5 to diagnose, often they give you 9 symptoms, and if you meet 5 of the 9 symptoms for depression, that's how it's diagnosed. So when you're assessing people, you're like asking those questions.
So that's how you know you're diagnosed with depression.
Mm-hmm.
But so I had the signs and the symptoms of depression.
Mm-hmm. It was definitely, 5 symptoms of depression is like it affects your work, it affects you in school, it affects your relationships with others, and things of that nature.
So look, I said I had definition of depression. I had the definition of depression. What is depression? Is that the same thing? Like the definition and what is depression?
Definition could be like what they say on the dictionary, and then it can definitely be. It's like two ways of stating the same thing. All right, last parenting style. So the 4 parenting styles total. They like to give you a bunch of examples on all these. They're interesting. This is almost creepy. Go out, Mom. Whoa. Whew.
I'm a friend of person I kind of need to talk to. Do you know if he's home? So, is he home? Where's there again? November 17th. For the semester. Oh no. He's today at school. Oh, watch this one. Joe takes the kickoff. He shows 1, 2, 3 defenders, and he breaks into the open field by playing 5-yard touchdown.
So which one do you think that one is?
That's
The last
the last one.
Like totally detached and everything?
one.
Yeah, she's a little bit crazy. Or it might have like a mental health disorder. They mentioned drugs, alcohol, mental health disorder, and like how it can cause brain development problems to kids too.
I've got every girl
No,
on the
this is
bleeding
fun.
staff hunting for you.
All right, where is it? Why hasn't he found it?
Faruka, sweetheart, I'm not a magician. Give me time.
I want it now. What's the matter with those twerps down there?
For 5 days now, the entire flipping factory's been on the job.
Make them work nights.
Come along, you girls, put a jerk in it, or you'll be out your ears, every one of you.
You promised to have it the very first day.
You're going to be very unpopular around here, Henry, if you don't deliver soon.
It breaks my heart, Henrietta. I hate to see her unhappy.
I won't talk to you ever again. You're a rotten, mean father. You never give me anything I want. And I won't go to school till I have it.
Faruka, sweetheart, angel.
So what do you guys think?
Can I see the list again?
Yeah, sure, that would help. wouldn't it?
She the boss of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was the third one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he is kind of like, and also where they could be right in the middle,
Yeah.
but like he does do whatever the hell she says. Like,
She the parent.
yeah,
She's almost going back to school.
right. Yeah, she's like, I do what I want, and that'll cause problems. Imagine having friends when you act like that. If you act like that, could you have a friend?
No, you're gonna try to be the boss of them.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like that
I know. Yeah.
though.
Tomato.
Hi, honey. Hey, guys. Mom, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
You trust me, right?
Why?
Well, don't just jump to something being wrong. I just want to know if you trust me.
Yes, I trust you. Why?
Okay, just hear me out. I want to throw a completely safe, alcohol-free after prom party
Bridget,
in a hotel. It would end at dawn.
what?
So that kids could drive home in daylight after eating breakfast, most important meal of the day.
No.
Mom, come on, I'm responsible. Do you have confidence that you raised me right?
No.
Don't you think this is one of those opportunities for me to prove what a responsible person I've become?
No. Bringing the car home with a full tank of gas or not letting the house burn down when you make a grilled cheese sandwich. Those are opportunities.
Well, can't we just discuss this a little bit more?
No, there is absolutely no way you are throwing or attending an after prom party at a hotel.
Oh, my life is so unfair. My life is so unfair.
Can you believe her?
Don't you think you're a little hard on her, Kate?
No. I think I was just hard enough. That's what they need to save them from this.
I don't think she needs all that much saving. I mean, she's a really good girl.
Yes, she is. She's also a teenage girl. And I was one, and I know what they're capable of.
So those are kind of some of the options we see with parenting styles. Obviously, there's a TED Talk. This is one that gets flagged as copyrighted. If I ever show a TED Talk, just because of the noise. Also do like this last one because it does show effects on the child.
You haven't had vodka soda like this.
Next
No
one.
one has.
It said truthful mothering. I thought I had a cuss word.
In theory, there are only 4 styles of parenting. Authoritarian parents are controlling and demand obedience without considering the child's point of view. Permissive parents are loving but don't exert any control. There are no rules. Authoritative parents are firm but loving. They encourage independence within limits. Neglecting parents are uninvolved and often uninterested in their own child. Recently, a 5th style was proposed, but we will come back to that later. The styles range from controlling and demanding to complete freedom, and from cold and unresponsive to loving and receptive. Each authoritative, permissive, authoritarian, and neglectful parents have their place. To understand what it means to grow up with parents from each end of the spectrum, we can imagine the lives of.
So we're doing parenting, and there's 4 parenting styles we were covering. And we were trying to like kind of get back into which ones you guys brought up with. Authoritative, authoritarian, or the 2 lower ones are permissive, where they're like your friend, and then uninvolved is almost like crackhead or somebody where, alcoholism even, or heroin. So these are the 4. We've shown a couple of videos, but this is a good one that shows the effects on the kids. So
4 children. Sarah's parents are authoritarian. They love their girl, but they believe that strict rules are important to make Sarah become well-behaved and fit into society. If Sarah cries, she's told to stop. If she talks back, she is sent to the corner for time out. If she forgets to take care of her chores around the house, she is not allowed to play with her toys. Sarah learns that suppressing her emotions and following her duties is the way to get through the day. To get the love of her parents and to avoid making them upset, she becomes obedient. However, because Sarah was never allowed to decide for herself or follow her intrinsic interests, as an adult, she doesn't know what she really wants. She begins living a life that seems perfect to her parents and society, but might leave her unhappy on the inside. Permissive parents, like those of Peter, enjoy their little boy so much that they believe they should fulfill all his wishes. Give him full freedom and never say no. Peter enjoys full control over his parents and gets whatever he wants. If he doesn't want to walk, he'll be carried. If he wants ice cream he gets. If he wants to play games, he'll be playing them all night. Peter grows up completely without borders and does whatever he thinks is right. He never coped with conflict, and he did not learn to control his emotions. The fact that he always got what he wanted made him a bad loser. As he grows older, he often acts inconsiderate and doesn't know his limits. Arthur's authoritative parents respect their child's needs, but believe that kids need freedom within certain limits. Arthur can freely play, but when he's done, he needs to help tidy up. He is allowed to eat ice cream, but only on Sundays. Screen time is limited to 30 minutes a day. There may be conflict, but the parents listen to what Arthur has to say and then lay down the rules. Arthur learns that some things are difficult, but his parents give him all the support he needs to get through it. He develops the strength to endure hardships and to continue following his interests and passions. In class, he bravely expresses in an appropriate manner. During breaks, he can show his emotions and act freely. As an adult, he agrees to rules only after they have been discussed and he feels like he understands them. Neglectful parents are usually not present in their children's life. Nora often feels completely alone in the world. She experiences full freedom to do anything she wants to and has plenty of imagination, but she never receives any feedback or even attention. Nora realizes that it doesn't matter what she does because no one cares anyway. The lack of attention leads to a lack of trust in herself and others. She becomes insecurely attached, unable to form healthy relationships, and develops a negative image of herself. To stop feeling unworthy of love, she tries not to feel anything at all. In recent years, over-involved parents who are present in every aspect of their child's life are often referred to as the fifth style. These parents are also known as snowplows, removing obstacles out of their kids' path.
Aren't they also called helicopter parents?
Oh, like the micromanage.
That's what I'm thinking. Over-involved parents or helicopter. I've never heard of snowplows, but that's fine. Everybody has different words.
Or helicopter parents who hover about and micromanage every aspect of their child's life. Since they won't let their children do anything alone, the children can't learn to overcome challenges by themselves. Research infers that these children don't like to solve difficult problems, lack perseverance, and may even procrastinate in protest when something requires a lot of effort. Since most research on parenting is based on self-reports and was done in the US and Europe, it is not clear how strongly the observed effects will hold up in controlled observational experiments or in other parts of the world. The 4 parenting styles were first introduced by psychologist Diana Baumrind. For good parenting, she advised balance of demandingness and responsiveness. Add to that the wise words of Maria Montessori to never help a child with a task at which he feels he can succeed, and parents should do pretty well. What do you think? Should parents resort to a specific style, or should they decide what's best to do in a given situation, as long as they don't neglect or abuse their child?
What do you guys think? Are you any type of parenting being brought up, and then what type of parenting do you use?
I feel like I personally had like a lot of them mixed together. Cause like I couldn't just see myself in like one box with my parents, like one box. It's like even with my parents, both of them are different. So one of them could be like authoritative, one of them could be like helicopter. So it's just
I know, yeah.
It was like all in one.
They do say this is the best way to be a parent.
I think so too.
It's highest in warmth and then highest in control.
Like, it's like the best of both worlds. Too much anything is bad.
Right,
Too much warm, too much hot.
right.
So,
This one is lower in warmth, but high in control. That is high in warmth, but low in control, so you're just like your friend, oh yeah, it does the Russian crap. Turn that off. It's weird. So any questions about the parenting styles, because I know you've got.
what parenting style are you?
I feel like I'm probably, I might even be a mix between, might even be like permissive because I'm barely ever there. So when I get home, they just get to do what they want. And my wife is more authoritative and authoritarian.
You gotta get it together.
Isn't that
She
the
can't be
truth?
the only bad guy.
I know, right? Yeah.
That's how it was when I was growing up.
Like dad's always the good guy.
To a certain extent, mama gonna say no, but daddy be like,
Give her what
I
she wants.
mean,
Right, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Give her what she wants.
the shrug.
That's what my dad
You
did.
know,
My
you
mom,
gonna say yeah.
she said, y'all get $40 for shoes. My dad would take us out and he'd be like, you could have 100.
Get whatever you want.
Yeah. She'd be like, no, $40, Value City. We'd be like, come on, Mom. $40,
He'd
kid.
be like, all right, and we'll leave and do something else and come back with
Wait
money.
until your dad is shopping with you.
She's
So.
like, no, I'll wait till dad get home.
Right, well, but she would know, yeah, she would know. That was the, so it was just chaos for sure. That wasn't great. And she'd even say, like, wait till your dad gets home to like punish us, and it didn't work. She said it worked in her family. Her dad, they would get like,
Yeah, sometimes it be
Well-
switched up. Sometimes the mama would be the sweet one and the dad would be the.
because if the mom's too pissed off and the dad doesn't go along with it, he ain't gonna get none at night. So that's
True.
wrong with that. Because if mom's needs aren't met, you're not gonna have like connection. So there's like a balance between everybody having that connection.
Yeah.
Was any of you going next or today or next week for your presentations?
Yeah, I'm going to there.
Okay, all right. Well, that works. That's all I've got for today. Computer died on me again. I should know this one doesn't make it. It's a bummer. That one does, but that's the one I try to like respond to people on too. So, if you have any questions about your projects, though, like email them to me. How did I drop my bag right in the middle of the floor?
Can I see my spy so you can look at it?
You can, yeah, sure. Yes, of
This
course.
weekend.
We're here to make you all succeed.
I have a question. Is
Even
it like
though-
a last, like, is it like a deadline to where you can like add